guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Michelle. I'm an architectural designer during the day, and in the evenings and on the weekends I'm a hobby sewist. But to be honest, lately I've been doing a lot more knitting, so maybe I need to update that intro. Today we're going to be talking about the local yarn store that just opened up in my backyard, and then I'm going to talk about my work in progress. So I'm super excited to share that this area in the Tampa Bay region that I live in now has a local yarn store. Now we have yarn stores in the area. There's a few in Sarasota, there's one out in I think Winter Haven, and then in Largo and in Ybor. But to be honest, like when I get off work and I scrapple through that rush hour traffic, I'm probably running in that door right as they're closing, and I don't have the time to peruse and squish and like decide what I want. And I don't want to be that person running in like 5 minutes before and spending like 4 to 5 minutes to make up my mind. That's not cool. So I'm really excited that this one is so nearby. This yarn store couldn't come at a better time. So I had started learning to crochet late last year, and I had joined the St. Pete Crochet Club, and someone posted to get some feedback about whether or not people would be interested in having a local yarn store, specifically in this area, in the St. Pete, in the downtown St. Pete region. And this was like in the first quarter, right when it was announced that Joann would most likely be shuttering the majority of their stores. I don't think it had been announced that they were closing all the stores as yet. But when the initial list went out, my nearest Joann was definitely on it. So this could not have come at a better time. The weekend that the location reveal occurred, I was actually in Atlanta, and I had driven from like yarn store to yarn store because I was like getting into more crocheting at the time. I was seeing sweaters I really wanted to make, and I wanted to see the different yarns that were available. Shannon went on a live video and she revealed the location, and I was so excited because it's literally in my backyard. Like I couldn't contain my excitement, to be very, very honest. What I really liked while I was in Atlanta that weekend is that you could tell that each one of the yarn stores I had visited had like a community focus. Some of them doubled as bookstores, some of them doubled as cafes, and I just really enjoyed that I walked in there and it seemed like a community feel. It wasn't just like, oh, a big box store, yarn store. So a few months later, when Shannon posted that there would be a founding membership that you could join, I jumped in on it because I felt like if I wanted to see community, then I needed to be a part of it. Like you need to show up and you need to be a part of what it is you want to see there. And the way that Shannon described this concept was like everything that I wanted. I wanted a spot that I could go and learn. I wanted a spot that there would be people that would have like similar interests to me, and hey, a yarn store, we're knitting, we're crocheting, we have the same interest, I guess. When Shannon posted the Forever Thread founding membership, I jumped right onto it. It was $400, and here are the perks that are included for life, and this is per the website. Unlimited scrappy hour access, no drop-in fees, 10% off yarns and tools in store anytime, a free cafe drink every week, and remember I said that this is in my backyard, so I could definitely use a free cafe drink every single week. Early access to classes and special events. I can apply to be featured on the Maker Shelf, which is a consignment opportunity. I'm not sure if I'm gonna jump at that. Maybe as I get better in my craft, we'll see how it goes. Priority access to vending in upcoming maker markets, which my comment on that is gonna be the same as the one before. 1 free class per year for me or a friend. And the invitation to members only celebrations. Hello, holiday party. So this was limited to 25 seats and I signed up. So yesterday was the soft opening, and what I want to share with you is all the goodies I got in my bag. So first up is that I got my membership card, lifetime membership, and my ID is organizer of Delightful Chaos, and honestly, I really like that ID. So before we jump into what was in the founding member goodie bag, I do want to say I had every intention of putting on my meta glasses and capturing what the inside of the store looked like, but it was pretty crowded. Like she had a great turnout for the soft opening, and I felt like I needed people's consent to just post them up on my YouTube page. So I did not capture any video on the inside. Now let's talk about what I got in the founding member goodie bag. All right, so first up is a Scrappy Hour voucher. This card is good for 1 free drop into Scrappy Hour and $5 off your first cafe drink. And it says, Scrappy Hour is your favorite way to unwind, share ideas, and stitch together a little community magic. Exactly what I want. Next up is a little tote, and I know that from watching her on Instagram, she created this herself. Good vibes only. And the common thread grand opening 2025. Then I got a sachet of lavender. Those of you who know me, you know I love lavender. I love to drink it, to eat it, to smell like it, to bathe with it, to like lotion myself with it. So I'm very pleased about that. Sock knitting club, which I found in here that there's like a footy sock as well. So I'm excited about that because the footies that I buy in the store, they don't stay on. There we go. Then next up is Lane magazine, Nordic Life. This one, Nordic Knit Life. This one has oodles of patterns in it as well. And like really good photos, oodles of patterns. For you to get an idea. And I also got a needle case, which I absolutely need. I'll be traveling and taking my stuff with me next week, so the timing was perfect. A magnet for the common thread. Stitch markers, and these are by Bluebird Makery, and they are in, this is the Florida, so it's like the state versions of the stitch markers. I'm already using a few of them on this sweater. And then we have a Cocoa Knits tape measure. And this is so cute because the tape measures that I have, as you guys know, architectural designer, they're not this cute. Look at that. And it goes up to like just above 6 feet. This is really cool. So that's what was in the gift bag. Now we're going to transition over to my current work in progress. This is the second sweater that I'm making. This pattern is the Lento by John Helen. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. And I am doing it in the yarns provided by Susie for the Fiber MacGyver Lento knit along. So I am using this merino twist in disco, and then I am using the Surrey silk in thistle held together to make this. I kept seeing this on my Instagram and I was so drawn to the texture and the colors that I really was like, I need to have a sweater like that of my own. I need to make it for myself. Now, this here has been a complete learning experience because this is my second sweater. I'll stick the link for the first sweater down below so you could go watch that video if you really want to see it. But I have learned a lot. It is not perfect. I'm hoping that when it gets blocked, it will be a little bit closer to being perfect. But it has been such a great learning experience for me. This is a folded over neckline, which was completely new to me. This body is done in stockinette stitch. I also learned what it means to knit in short row and why we knit in short rows. We have a raglan sleeve coming down, and as you can see, I am working on my very first sleeve over here. I think I started this on maybe like just about the beginning of the month. So it's been about 3 weeks, and to be honest, I've had to like frog it in certain areas and then try to work it back through. So there's been a lot of learning. I think I started this sleeve about 6 times because I don't know what happened to me. But I started doing the rib stitch instead of the stockinette stitch for the sleeve. Enjoying knitting a lot. I like the way it comes together, and I am just super proud of this. So hopefully I'll have it done in a few weeks, and I'm gonna let you guys know I will be making the Lento sweater a few more times because I've already bought more yarn to do that. Anyways, if you have made it this far into the video, thanks so much for watching, and honestly, Shannon, thank you for bringing such a great concept to the area. Bye now.